Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a special video for you today. Now, this video is based on a video I made September the 6th, 2020. I talked about a very personal experience that I had with my partner, my ex-husband. We were big explorers. This is where I dove into all aspects of my sexual being. And I talked about our first experience with a couple. And I go into quite a bit of detail. So you can go to that video and check it out to get some more of the detail. But I've had a lot of questions about this video. And I had an email recently. I was thinking today, what am I going to make my video on? I had some ideas, but I got an email in and there were some really detailed questions. So I thought today I'm going to answer these questions. I'm going to get into more depth about that experience based on some questions that have been asked, and I will add to that as well. This is an experience, a couple-to-couple experience. First time I ever had an experience outside of my marriage. So really, really going to be interesting. So stick around. I'm going to get into that in a second. First thing I want to talk about quickly is that I have a program, an amazing vortex that I'm opening up called Wild Feminine Rising. Okay, this is for women who do not feel connected to their feminine energy. They don't even know maybe what the feminine energy is, but they're intrigued. They want to know, like, what is this all about? How do I access this powerful energy that is kind of a different way of operating? It allows you to flow more, lets you be more spontaneous. It's an energy that you tap into that can help you learn to heal yourself. You really become connected more with your body. You can read your body, feel your body. You become more in tune. You become more intuitive when you connect with your feminine energy. A lot of our, up until this point, a lot of our movement, our life is based around, our movements are based around, connected to the masculine energy, which has to do with, being in control, being very directed, being very much in charge, being very intellectual. The feminine energy is something everybody has, but a lot of women are not connected to it, and they feel something is missing, something is not there, something is not as open as it could be, it's not as explored as it could be. So in this 6-week dive, me and 2 other leading feminine energy activators are going to take you on a journey to open up your feminine energy in all of the beautiful, mysterious, powerful ways that it can. So link is below, more information. I'll have a lot more information. If you're interested, contact me and I will get that information to you. Okay, so let's get on to the story. My first connection with another couple, answering some very specific questions. Just to fill in a little bit, this very personal experience happened very organically. Now, it started where my husband at the time and we'd been married for 12, 13 years, and we started talking about, let's open up our relationship. Well, he actually came out as bisexual. So that was the start of it. He came out as bisexual, and then I said, let's open up the relationship. You can hear about bisexuality. I do a lot of videos around bisexuality. And I said, I wanted to stay with him. I loved him. I thought, well, this is sex. We've been having sex for 13 years. I mean, I think it's time that we try something new, something different. So I said, let's open up the relationship. And he was amazed. He was thrilled. Didn't expect that at all. And just that admission alone that the 2 of us had just took us into like a number of months of deep connection, better sex, better communication, because suddenly these vulnerable places that we were hiding from each other for a while were revealed. So with that admission, it's like, open our relationship. What did that mean? We weren't sure what that meant for us. I mean, I knew he was interested in having some same-sex experiences. I thought, well, I might be interested in that too. I'd never had any before. That might be interesting. I also wanted us to have the opportunity to play together, to be together, to do stuff together, to explore together. So we thought, well, it could be kind of fun if we met another couple that we could have some kind of experience with. So we just opened the door to the possibility. Okay, let's open the door. We didn't have any idea how we were going to do that, who we were going to meet. We just opened the energetic door, let's say. And that we began to talk about it. And that's how it unfolded. You know, we eventually we met a couple through buying some furniture, and this sort of led into us getting together with them, and then finally us going to their home for a dinner. And we felt the tension with them. It was a beautiful sensation of like, there's something more here. Like, we really like each other. There's some deeper level. And we had talked about sex with them, not about what we might do together, but we talked about what we like sexually, what we were able to communicate about sex. That was something that we had never done before with anybody, like really gone deep into our personal feelings about sex and sexuality. So it was a beautiful connection from the beginning. So we went over to their place for dinner, and with the open heart that something may or may not happen. We were hoping it might, but we didn't know how it was going to. We didn't even know how we would approach it, how we would enter into that possibility. So we went there, and beautiful dinner was prepared. We had beautiful, gorgeous conversation. And after dinner, the host, he put pillows all on the floor for us to get comfortable. And he had also prepared a gorgeous sort of outdoor heated bath, a homemade outdoor heated bath area for us, which was at the back of the yard, candle lit. And the water was pumped through and heated. It was quite an artistic creation. And so it's like, oh, okay, we have these possibilities, all these possibilities. So I talk about that in the other video. Go check out the other video. I want to get onto the questions. First question is, were you and your partner communicating continuously as this unfolded? We were definitely communicating. We were looking at each other and okay, do you want to do this? You know, are we ready? And we were like, yes, let's go, let's do it. How are you feeling? Asking each other, how do you feel? Tapping in every once in a while with each other. The other couple was very receptive, very loving. There was nothing, you know, when you're in this space of sexuality and it, you know, it's a very deep, vulnerable place in all of our beings. You tend to let go of just bullshit. Like, why not just be honest and direct? We talk to them like we're kind of nervous about this, you know, we're kind of, ooh, you got this beautiful, he took us out there to see the pool, the sort of bathtub area. He had put a tarp, he dug a hole, put a tarp, he covered it in leaves and had it beautifully decorated with candles and other things. It was gorgeous. He took us out to see it and was like, wow, like this is cool. And I think there was a bit of snow around at that time too. So I was like, oh my God, are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? You know, and we talked about it with the couple. So once the water was warm enough, we all went out there, and we all went out together, and we continually talked with them. There was nothing to hide at this point. Like, we weren't talking about let's have sex. We didn't all know, like we just needed to connect with each other, to get to know each other a little bit, get to be comfortable with each other. Next question he asks is, who do you feel you were connecting with most in the other couple? I felt that we were all in the state of connection. And this is, I think, I had many other experiences after that, but the best experiences were always when everybody was connected. Everybody felt attracted to each other to some level. You didn't necessarily end up playing with one of the other partners, but you just had this attraction for everybody. I was very attracted to her. She's a beautiful woman, very different looking than me, dark hair, dark features. He was kind of similar looking to my husband, actually, but I was very attracted to him too, very different at the same time. And so I was attracted to both of them, and I wanted sort of an experience with her. I wanted an experience with him. I wanted us all to have an experience. So there was just a lot of communication and attraction between everybody, which was really beautiful. The next question is, did the fact that there was a pool contribute to developing the mood? Yes, the pool really contributed to developing the mood. The pool was very creatively and artistically created. The host, he and the hostess, they had really planned to welcome us like to an experience. They didn't plan that we were going to have sex. I mean, I think they were interested in that possibility, or interested in a possibility of something more intimate happening. But they really went out to create a scene that was very sensual, very inviting, yeah, very stimulating, very stimulating. And so it did absolutely contribute. He, in particular, was, as a very creative person anyways, he just went all out, and he wanted to really give some beautiful opportunities for us all to feel really relaxed, to feel really welcome, to feel, again, in a very sensuous kind of a situation. So it really was well orchestrated on his part, and I felt like my husband and I really dropped into this very easily, very easily. So next question, did the fact that there was a pool together, that everyone bathed in the nude or partially nude? Well, everybody got nude. Now it was it was cold out. It was snowing. And I think, yeah, it was snowing. There was some little bits of snow coming down, which was even added more to the mood. And the pool was at the end of the yard, the other end of the yard. So we had some towels. We took our clothes off quickly, put the towels around, kind of all ran out there, and we jumped into this beautiful hot pool, all naked, which was beautiful. And it was quite a large pool, so we all had room to find our own space and just kind of watch each other. It was dark, there were candles, we were laughing, we were talking. And, as we moved, a body part touched a body part, and that started to lead to more touching, more connecting, more kissing. It all was it was a very organic experience. How did that transition take place, and what was the feeling like? Well, I just was explaining that. It was organic again, but we were in conversation with each other. How do you feel? How's the water? Is this okay? Everybody okay? He was always checking on everybody. I was checking with my partner. It was all new for everybody. How is he feeling that there's a naked man here? And how he's wondering how I'm feeling with this beautiful naked woman coming in. But we all were just really allowing it to take place. We really were coming together in a relaxed state, an open heart, very loving. We really liked each other anyways. And so when the touching started, the kissing was a very natural process. It was surprising. It was surprising for me and for my partner, for everybody. It was quite surprising. So yeah, it went well in the pool, and then it got cool in the pool. We got quite cold. We didn't have any sex in the pool. We did a lot of kissing and touching, and then it got cool, and then it was time to go in. How do things progress from there into the home? So yes, it got cool. The pool cooled down. We were laughing, giggling. We were all like excited, and whoa, like something is possible here. We grabbed our towels and we all ran back into the house. And this is where, when he had the dinner prepared and had one of the rooms, his living room, he had put all these pillows on the ground and places to sit. So we could all be on the ground comfortably after we had eaten our dinner, and we had wine. And so again, the scene was planned really sensuously by him. Okay, so next question. Who in particular initiated actual kissing and touching, and how did that happen? Well, I explained how it just in the tub, I cannot remember who started, because it was all of us at once kind of touching each other and moving into the connection. And we kissed with our partners, and we kissed with each other. We kind of exchanged kisses. I wouldn't say it was really heavy duty at that point. It was just kind of light touching, kissing, laughing. Okay, this is happening. There's some better energetic connection here. When we went inside, And we were then on the pillows, and we were dressed now because it was cold. We had blankets and things. We were all sitting very close to each other, and we didn't really know how it was going to start because nobody was kind of ready to get going. Nobody knew who was going to be the one to initiate. I certainly had no idea myself, but it ended up that I initiated. I just thought, wow, this is so magical. I just was like, fell in love with these people. And I was the person, I took my shirt off and I started kissing her. I'm like, I love this woman. She is so beautiful. It was kind of her and I beside each other, and the men on either sides of the women. And I started to kiss her and touch her, and that brought the men in. That started to bring the clothes off bit by bit, a lot of touching, and then under the blankets and clothes off. And I was surprised at myself. I was absolutely, actually astounded. And so was my husband. I was terrified going in. I was terrified of the whole concept of having non-monogamous activity in a relationship I've been in for 13 years. I was terrified, but I was super excited at the same time. I had no idea that I would be the first one to take all my clothes off, that I would be the first one to initiate, to get things moving, to initiate almost everything. I just led the way. It was something that just naturally took over, was very comfortable for me, very comfortable. Another question, were you able to keep in touch with your husband during that moment, and how? Oh yeah. My husband was on one side of me. Her husband was on one side of her. The men didn't do a lot of interaction. They knew that my husband was bisexual. He had some curiosity, but he wasn't quite ready. That's a big step for most men that are bi-curious. My husband was more curious, with more experienced, I would say, a little bit more experienced. But there was some touching between them. There was always the communication between my husband. It ended up really that I was much more involved with the couple than my partner. He found it a little bit overwhelming, I think. And so he was there, and he was with me, and he was with touching her and him, but he wasn't really fully engaged as I was. And the other couple was very much engaged and very much wanting to go farther and go more. So you've got 4 human beings coming together. You do not know how you're going to feel when you go into this kind of an experience. And somebody in the group may feel more fearful, or something might come up for them and they don't even know what that is. But you just have to all respect it. And you have to also respect to allow each individual to explore in the way that they want to explore, right? You want to give each other the opportunity to be curious about themselves and about what they could or could not do. So there was no boundaries. There was no pushing beyond the boundary. I don't remember anyone ever saying, no, I don't want to do that, but it wasn't right. It wasn't heavy duty sexual swapping. That didn't happen. It was really a connection between the 4 of us, a lot of kissing, hugging, touching, penetration, same room sex, which means my partner and I, and him and his partner. There wasn't any crossover penetration crossover for this particular experience. We just weren't there yet. This was our first time. So it was really the opportunity to just get a feel for what this might be like, and see what it was like to be with this couple. So how did things progress physically, and how far? So I just explained that, right? Yeah, and then we were there for quite a few hours, and it kind of slowed down at some point, and then it was kind of time to end, and we went as far as we did, and we all had an amazing experience, and we said, let's get together again soon. This was beautiful. This was a beautiful entry for all of us. It was the first time for all 4 of us. So I think that it was yeah, it was an absolutely gorgeous experience that I hold dear in my heart to this day, because it was my first time ever going into a non-monogamous situation. It was a beautiful experience, and it was powerful because it changed our lives. It changed their lives too. Changed our life too. So that is the list of the questions that I had from this wonderful subscriber of mine. Thank you so much for sending those questions. I hope that helps you. If anyone has any questions at any time about anything that I talk about, feel free to email me or comment below. I will respond as soon as I can. And yeah, I hope that helps you in your experience. And I also hope to talk more about some of the other experiences that I've had along the way. Okay, and again, don't forget that the Wild Woman Rising is coming in, and this is something that I wish I would have been able to embark upon. You know, for me to get to that place, that organic experience I had with that couple, it was many, many months of, first of all, diving into my own feminine self, my own mother self, my own wife self, my own old beliefs about all my beliefs about who I was as a woman, what could I allow myself to enter into as a feminine being? Could I let myself flow this way? What I could allow myself enter into as a sexual being? I did a lot of work before that, a lot of internal readjustment. So if you're there, if you're in a place of wanting to explore but really terrified, this program, this Vortex coming in, it's a group program, will be a great support network for you, great support unit for you. There's, 6 weeks is not that long, and we're gonna offer you a lot of great information, infusion, meditation, connection. We're going to talk about goddess archetypes. We're going to talk about really connecting to your body, the senses, what it means to be a woman, again, a feminine, a woman, a wife, a mother, an older woman, all of these beliefs we're going to look into, so that you have a safe space to really explore this aspect of you. So you may be going, you may also be in a place of just, there hasn't been very good sex with your partner for a long time. And you're not looking, you do not want to go into opening up your relationship until you and your partner are solid, are communicating, are feeling good sexually together. Okay, because then there's, I don't know, there's just chances of more disintegration. You want to be connected. You want to be feeling good with each other. You want to be, you want to be feeling good about yourself, mostly really good and strong internally, a high level of self-esteem in here. Okay. So message me if you'd like more information. Love to have you join us. Tell your partner, your wife, if you're listening to this. And thank you again for joining in, popping in. I'm so happy that I could share more information about this experience, and I hope it helps you. And I will see you next week. Much love, Nikki.